Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our presiding officer, Lieutenant General Laura L. Lenderman, Deputy Commander, Pacific Air Forces, welcome to Yokota Air Base. The change of command ceremony is deeply rooted in military tradition, symbolizing the transfer of authority, responsibility, and leadership of an organization from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Today, you will witness a change of command ceremony as Lieutenant General Stephen F. Jost relinquishes command of 5th Air Force to Lieutenant General Joel L. Carey. Please rise for the arrival of the official party, rendering of honors, presentation of colors, and the singing of the national anthems of both Japan and the United States.
Saying, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land
Chaplain Yukter will now provide the invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty God, in whose providence leaders are raised up for times of duty, be present with us now as we mark this transition. We give you thanks for the enduring mission and heritage of the 5th Air Force as it stands watch, strengthening alliances, promoting stability, and serving as a visible reminder of hope and resolve. We give you thanks for the steadfast leadership of Lieutenant General Stephen Jost. As he continues his responsibilities leading U.S. Forces Japan, grant him wisdom for the decisions before him, strength for the burdens he carries, and a spirit of calm resolve. Bless also Lieutenant General Joel Carey as he assumes command. Give him clarity of mind, firmness of purpose, and humility of heart, that he may lead with patience, act with courage, and build trust among all who serve. We ask your blessings upon Ms. Mendy Carey, Luke, and Cole. As they join this community, grant them friendship, support, and a true sense of belonging. Prosper the partnership between this command and the people of Japan. Strengthen the ties of cooperation, guide all who stand watch here, and grant that our service may be marked by honor, discipline, readiness, and a devotion to peace. And we ask all this in your heavenly name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Yukter. You may be seated. We would now like to recognize our presiding officer, family members, and distinguished members in the audience today. Please hold your applause until all distinguished visitors have been recognized. The presiding officer of today's ceremony, Deputy Commander, Pacific Air Forces, Lieutenant General Laura L. Lenderman. Mrs. Kelly Jost, wife of Lieutenant General Jost. Mrs. Mendy Carey, wife of Lieutenant General Carey, and their sons Luke and Cole. General Carey's sister Christy. Mrs. Nikki Campbell, wife of Chief Master Sergeant Campbell. Command Chief, Pacific Air Forces, Chief Master Sergeant Kathleen McCool. Chief of Staff, Japan Air Self-Defense Force, General Takahiro Morita and his wife Yuka. Commander, Air Defense Command, Lieutenant General Hidetara Inatsuki. Commander, Air Support Command, Lieutenant General Chuji Ando. Commandant, Air Staff College, Lieutenant General Masahiro Kuramoto. Director General, North Kanto Defense Bureau, Mr. Makoto Ikeda. Former Chief of Staff, Japan Air Self-Defense Force, General Haruhiko Kataoka. Former Chief of Staff of the Japan Air Self-Defense Force, General Shunji Izutsu. Mayor of Fusa City, the Honorable Iko Kato. Representative of the Governor of Tokyo, Mr. Toshiharu Hiramatsu. U.S. Embassy Tokyo Deputy Chief of Mission, Mr. Aaron Snipe. And the Commanding General, U.S. Army Japan, Major General James Dugan. We would also like to recognize all Japanese Self-Defense Force current and retired senior leaders, Government of Japan officials, local government officials, distinguished American officials, generals and flag officers, defense attachés to Japan, commanders, senior enlisted leaders, friends, families, and the men and women in attendance today. After more than 6 decades of proud and unified service, today marks a historic event. Today, the transition as the command stands as 2 distinct organizations. The commander of United States Forces Japan has also traditionally served as the commander of 5th Air Force, a dual-hatted role based here at Yokota. At this historic event, that long-standing structure will change. Lieutenant General Jost will no longer serve in a dual-hatted capacity, but will remain as the Commander, United States Forces Japan, while Lieutenant General Joel Carey assumes command of 5th Air Force. Welcome to this historic event. Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy Commander, Pacific Air Forces, Lieutenant General Laura L. Lenderman.
Ohayo gozaimasu. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is such an honor to be here with all of you today on such a beautiful morning. Please allow me to extend a sincere and warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here. I'd especially like to recognize the friends and family of Lieutenant General Jost and Lieutenant General Carey, including Lieutenant General Jost's wife, Kelly, Lieutenant General Carey's wife, Mendy, and their sons, Luke and Cole. They're here today, along with their sons, Matt and Jack, and their daughter, Gracie, who are watching online. Lieutenant General Carey's sister, Christy, also here today. Lieutenant General Carey's father and mother, Lieutenant Colonel retired Rex and Janice Carey, and his sister, Jill, who are also watching online. I'd also like to extend a very warm and special welcome to our dear friend and teammate, General Morita, and his wife, Yuka. As well as a big welcome to Lieutenant General Inatsuki, Lieutenant General Kamioka, Lieutenant General Ando, Lieutenant General Kuramoto, General Itsuzu, Mr. Akita, Mr. Sasaki, Honorable Mayor Kato, Mr. Hiramatsu, Mr. Snipe, and Major General Dugan. Your presence here today and your unwavering support and steadfast leadership keep our alliance strong and is greatly appreciated. And a very special welcome to our amazing Pacific Air Forces Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Katie McCool, and the incomparable 5th Air Force Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Campbell, and his wife, Nikki. As well as a special welcome to our United States Forces Japan Command Chief, Chief Master Sergeant Damien, and his wife, Shauna. And to all of our fellow flag and general officers, commanders, senior enlisted leaders, community leaders, and the men and women of 5th Air Force and Yokota Air Base, welcome. On behalf of General Kevin Schneider, the Pacific Air Forces Commander, it is truly my honor to be here today to preside over today's ceremony and the transition of authority of 5th Air Force. Today marks a historic first, because unlike the 5th Air Force and United States Forces Japan change of commands of the past, today we're transitioning to a new era, and for all the right reasons. Both 5th Air Force and USFJ have grown in importance and responsibility, and as the roles of these two commands have evolved, it's now time to allow each command to move forward in critically important ways under separate commanders. So today's ceremony represents an important transition, where Lieutenant General Jost remains the commander of United States Forces Japan, where he will focus his full energy and attention on the operationalization and evolution of this critical command and the Japan-U.S. alliance. While Lieutenant General Carey will assume command of 5th Air Force and is able to concentrate all of his energy and talents on leading the men and women of the Fighting 5th, our nation's oldest, continuously serving numbered Air Force in the United States Air Force. Established in 1941, 5th Air Force's heritage of excellence in combat is legendary and well-deserved. Through 1945, 5th Air Force has had an unmatched record of 3,445 aerial victories, led by the top two fighter aces in the Army Air Corps, Major Richard Bong and Major Thomas McGuire. Following World War II, 5th Air Force was called into action once again in 1950, but this time on the Korean Peninsula, where the Fighting 5th became the main United Nations Command Combat Air Command. During this time, units assigned to 5th Air Force racked up an unprecedented 14.5-to-1 victory ratio. And when the armistice was signed in 1953, the command had downed 953 North Korean and Chinese aircraft. And by the end of that conflict, 38 5th Air Force fighter pilots were identified as aces, including Lieutenant Colonel James Jabara, America's first jet ace, and Captain Joseph McConnell. And since the establishment of the Kokojetai in 1954, airmen of the Fighting 5th have been standing shoulder to shoulder with our Japanese teammates to foster capability, teamwork, and close personal bonds. These have proven to be the cornerstone of the Japan-U.S. alliance and key to peace, stability, and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region for decades. And because the United States Air Force places such high value on our strategic and personal relationship with the Kokojotai, we only select our very best leaders to command in this theater. Lieutenant General Jost, our Air Force got it absolutely right when it selected you to take command of 5th Air Force and USFJ 18 months ago. No one has been more thoughtful and more deliberate navigating this challenging security environment while standing shoulder to shoulder with our Japanese brothers and sisters in arms. A man of integrity, an incredible thinker, and a strategic visionary from the moment he took command on the 8th of October in 2024, General Jost has poured his energy and leadership into strengthening the U.S. Japan alliance, operationalizing 5th Air Force, and taking care of servicemen and servicewomen and their families. From the start, Jester quickly charted a course to operationalize the headquarters and imbue a warfighting ethos within the Fighting Fifth, which acted as an accelerant for change during a time of great consequence for the U.S. Japan alliance. On the heels of Keen Sword 2025, he formed a Transformation Tiger team that drafted an innovative family of CONOPS that built on existing doctrine and found innovative ways to partner with the JASDAF and refine the Fighting Fifth's operations. These efforts proved consequential last summer during Exercise Resolute Force Pacific, the largest exercise in a generation, designed to test our ability to project and sustain forces across the Indo-Pacific over a 4-week period. RE4PAC proved the perfect opportunity for 5th Air Force to build on the strong relationships with leaders from Air Defense Command and Air Support Command, and deepen our interoperability and information sharing by reconfiguring the Bilateral Air Operations Coordination Center to create a truly bilateral space where U.S. Air Force and JASDAF personnel could sit side by side throughout the exercise. And from our view at PACAF headquarters, it sent a powerful message to see 5th Air Force and the ADC leadership sitting side by side and to see that close operational interaction of our defensive capabilities come together in a truly meaningful way. In addition, RE4PAC demonstrated the first full execution at scale of our hub-and-spoke Agile Combat Employment Dispersal and Retrograde Schema maneuver here in Japan. Of particular importance during RE4PAC, General Jost and his team set the gold standard in evolving the Regional Air Defense Command, or RADC capability. RADC was just a blurry vision 5 years ago, but 5th Air Force, under General Jost's command, made it a reality. Of all the leaders in the United States Air Force, only Jester had the intellectual capacity to comprehend the foundational doctrine to enable this capability and to build a roadmap to establish the milestones and bring the joint and alliance team together, even when we didn't fully resource him for the task. In seeking to build on that momentum generated during RE4PAC, General Jost partnered with JASDAF to initiate monthly training opportunities called Warrior Wednesdays, to continue to develop and test and refine bilateral standard operating procedures in between our major exercises. The benefits of this approach were clearly on display during Keen Edge 2026. Throughout this exercise, 5th Air Force and JASDAF airmen worked side by side and achieved a level of integration we have not seen before in the history of our alliance. This included full JASDAF integration into PACAF's Air Tasking Order production cycle, as well as the validation of the first ever Japan-U.S. Joint Air and Missile Defense Board. Moreover, under Jester's leadership, 5th Air Force conducted its own first ever Beverly Midnight exercise, integrating wing level combat readiness inspections with an operational level exercise across the whole of Japan. Jester, your leadership has been and continues to be exemplary and profound. But even as we were preparing for today's ceremony and reflecting on the past 18 months of your command of 5th Air Force, you were quick to acknowledge that you could not have done any of this alone. You have been blessed to serve with an incredible Deputy Commander, Brigadier General Shuddy, a wonderful senior enlisted leader, Chief Campbell, and an amazing Chief of Staff, Colonel Resch. Not to mention, you won the lottery and are leading the best of the best wing commanders and command chiefs and spouses in the United States Air Force. But perhaps more importantly, you've been blessed with the very best teammate and confidant in Kelly. Together, you and Kelly have been an incredible team. As a tremendous advocate for our airmen and military families, Kelly has graciously given hundreds of hours of time and service to help members under your command, opening up your home and opening up her heart to help in any way that she can. We are eternally grateful for Kelly, for her leadership, advocacy, and especially her compassion. Together, you two have touched thousands of lives and have enabled our airmen and families to thrive. So on behalf of General Schneider, myself, Chief McCool, and the Pacific Air Forces, thank you both for your dedication to our airmen and our mission, and congratulations on a job extremely well done. So one of the things that makes our Air Force so incredible is that we grow and develop leaders so the guidon can be passed from one outstanding leader to another who is more than ready to step forward and advance our mission. And that is certainly true about my dear friend, Lieutenant General Joker Carey. We take great joy in welcoming Joker, Mindy, and their family back to Japan for their 4th tour. Joker, as you accept the guidon today, I know that you recognize the weight of responsibility that comes with it. You're absolutely the right leader to continue the work and legacy of success that is the hallmark of the Fighting Fifth. Joker is tailor-made for this command, and he's already an expert on the myriad of security challenges we're facing after having just served as the Chief of Staff at Indo-Pacific under Admiral Paparo. In that critical position, he was involved in the highest level discussions with the Indo-Pacific commander, the staff, and senior leaders of the United States government and leaders from partner and ally nations. He has an amazing grasp of the issues and the solutions, but he also brings a wealth of operational flying experience and command leadership. Joker's bio in your program reads that his assignments have included command of an operational fighter squadron, a vice command of 2 air expeditionary wings, and a commander of 3 wings, including a flying training wing, an air expeditionary wing, and a large combat wing. So just to put a finer point on that, after an initial flying assignment flying the F-111, Lieutenant General Carey transitioned to the F-15 Charlie. His first assignment in that aircraft was at Yokota Air Base from 1998 to 2001. From 2009 to 2012, he was once again back at Kadena, where he served in a number of positions and culminating as the commander of the 44th Fighter Squadron. And in 2019, he returned to Kadena to serve as the 18th Wing Commander. Among the many issues that he led his team through, he had the additional challenge of leading through the COVID pandemic. The work that General Carey did with our joint partners in the local community was nothing short of miraculous. And importantly, he showed his deft touch in how he takes care of the most important resource that we have, our people. And his command tour at Kadena was his 3rd consecutive wing command in a row, having previously served as the 12th Wing Commander at Randolph and the 438th Wing Commander in Kabul, Afghanistan. Simply put, Joker's command experiences are broad and unmatched, as is his performance. Joker, there is absolutely no better leader to take command of 5th Air Force. And as I said before, you are tailor-made for this command and will undoubtedly continue its legacy of success and valor. And to Mindy, I want to say a special thank you for your years of service to our Air Force. You have not only been an amazing wingman and partner to Joker, but you've created a wonderful and loving family centered on faith and love for those around you. That is carried over into how you have loved and cared for hundreds of airmen and families throughout your Air Force journey. Thank you for listening to and lifting up our airmen in countless ways over the years. We look forward to your guidance, your leadership, as you and Joker take on this next command together. So we're excited to see where Team Carey will take the command. This is a time of great consequence for our nation and for the world, and much rests on the shoulders of our airmen in this alliance. To uphold our shared values and freedom and a free and open Indo-Pacific, the United States alongside our Japanese allies and many partners across the region, must continue to train and operate together every day. We must continue to increase the complexity of our exercises and the interoperability and interchangeability of our capabilities every day. And I know 5th Air Force Airmen stand shoulder to shoulder with the Koko Jetai doing those very things every day. Under Lieutenant General Carey's leadership, I'm confident that we'll remain vigilant and ready in the face of those who do not share our vision and our values for the region. It is with that tenacity and fighting spirit that 5th Air Force and the Koko Jetai will deter those who seek to undermine the peace and stability that we've known for decades. On behalf of General Schneider, congratulations to Lieutenant General Jost on an incredible command tour leading the Fighting Fifth. And thank you to Lieutenant General Carey for taking on the solemn responsibility of command of one of the most celebrated numbered air forces in our United States Air Force. We could not be prouder to serve with both of you and the men and women across Japan who are doing the hard work to solve the toughest problems that we face, ensuring that our nations will prevail together. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you so much for your support as we continue to serve together to ensure a free and open Indo-Pacific. May God bless all of you and your families. Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Thank you, General Lenderman. And now the Commander, United States Forces Japan and 5th Air Force, Lieutenant General Stephen F. Jost.
All right, well, again, Ohayou gozaimasu. And good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day. We couldn't have ordered it up any better. And this is a fitting venue, a beautiful venue with an appropriate air power backdrop. And you are a good-looking audience, okay, gathered here for all the right reasons here this morning. And so with that, I'd like to just start by echoing all the welcomes to our before-mentioned distinguished guests, family, friends, and colleagues from across the Joint Force. And U.S. Embassy Tokyo. Okay, I see hiding back there, led by Mr. Snipe, a good friend and a patriot for sure. I particularly appreciate, though, this morning all the Koko Jetai folks that have joined us this morning and accepting our invitation, and Japanese leaders. Your presence is especially honoring to me this morning. Your leadership and friendship have been both genuine and deep. And your tireless efforts in the defense of your great nation of Japan have no doubt been a catalyst for advancing the United States and Japan alliance and our warfighting capabilities in meaningful and tangible ways. I truly believe, as General Linderman just said, that our alliance is stronger today than when I arrived because of your efforts. And for that, I am greatly privileged to have worked with you and your teams to fortify our partnerships, grounded in a like-minded understanding of the security challenges that we face in this region and our combined resolve to confront those challenges together. Whether it be strides made working side by side in the Bilateral Air Operations Coordination Center, improving integrated air and missile defense, or training more realistically in the air domain, urgent progress has been made towards true integration of our air forces. I believe all that to be a powerful and noble offering to our collective deterrence efforts as we seek to maintain peace through strength. For you and all you do, thank you. I will forever be grateful. Further gratitude is the only thing I have to offer from this podium this morning, and so I'm just going to run through a list of thank yous. So many of you here this morning are worthy of the same praise. And I just want to say thank you for all that you do each and every day in service or direct support to ideas and causes bigger than yourselves. You truly are the very few diligently working and doing your duties, expecting nothing in return for the benefit of so many. With that said, I'd like to offer the following thanks. First and foremost to General Linderman. On short notice, she travels far and got in just late yesterday to officiate this ceremony. And it's really only fitting. It's providential, actually, because just a short 18 months ago, it was her that handed the flag to me. And in a few moments, I'll hand the flag back. And Laura Linderman is a great leader, and she's been a good friend, and for that I'll forever be grateful. And I thank you for being here this morning to honor both myself and General Carey on this special occasion and historic moment. Although not able to join us this morning, as mentioned before, I'd like to also thank General Schneider, Commander of Pacific Air Forces, for the privilege to lead the men and women of the 5th Air Force, and more importantly, to thank him for his tremendous leadership and wise counsel. His clear and concise guidance to me from day one and written guidance has served as the North Star for 5th Air Force. I am personally grateful for the trust and latitude he afforded me in executing his intent. He made serving him, Pacific Air Forces, our Air Force, our nation, and our Japanese allies easy. Thank you, General Schneider. Also not present at this ceremony, I have two bosses, but worthy of praise certainly is the commander of Indo-Pacific Command, Admiral Samuel Paparo, for his unwavering support and his crystal clear vision in directing the transformation of USFJ into a necessary joint force headquarters to best meet emerging joint warfighting needs in lockstep with our Japanese allies, and their stand-up a year ago today of the Japan Self-Defense Force Joint Operations Command down at Ichigaya. Make no mistake about it this morning, ladies and gentlemen, that the USFJ transformation is underway and at full speed. And it is the driver for today's historic change of command ceremony for 5th Air Force. I am thankful that both USFJ and 5th Air Force will now have the dedicated leaders each organization deserves to execute their respective missions and focus at the same time realizing the full potential of our most precious resource, our people. And that leads us to the men and women of the 5th Air Force, military, civilians, and our Japanese master labor contractors. Thank you for your service, your sacrifices, your selflessness, your loyalty, and your integrity. Thank you for stepping up each and every day to improve our readiness, strengthen the Japan-U.S. alliance, and care for each other and our families. I would like to especially extend my deepest personal thank you to Brigadier General Shuddy and Command Chief Master Sergeant Campbell for their exceptional partnership and leadership. Their sage advice also has been invaluable, and their steady hands have been instrumental to every success this command has achieved during my tenure. To them, all the credit. To Colonel Dan Resch, leading our short troop formation this morning, thank you for doing what I know is a thankless job exceptionally well. You are a phenomenal Chief of Staff that helped me keep my focus where it needed to be. To all the 5th Air Force directors and my key staff, past and present, thank you for your leadership in supporting me, each other, higher headquarters, and our wings. You two have made my job easy and enjoyable in so many ways. I consider myself truly blessed to keep working closely with many of you as I continue on serving in my singular role as the USFJ commander. To our wing command teams, thank you for moving out on my charge to do the very best you can with what you have within the bounds of safety, security, and good stewardship. Over the past few years, I've been proud to see 5th Air Force succeed through teamwork at all levels of the command, enhancing our readiness and optimizing our posture across Japan in line with clear national defense strategy aims. Your efforts moving 5th Air Force towards an operational headquarters that can take on regional air defense responsibilities and perform as an air expeditionary task force provides warfighting options for Commander Pacific Air Forces, and your exceptional performance exercising and refining those operations during exercises Keen Sword, Pacific Century, Refor Pack, Keen Edge, and most recently Beverly Midnight has been nothing short of remarkable. Please continue learning at every opportunity with humility as you lean forward in anticipation of what could be a very hard fight. Be more ready tomorrow than you are today. For the strides you've made and for the ones I know you will make, I again say thank you for being men and women with a bias towards action and for contributing to an organization that values our Japanese allies, our joint warfighters, and our noble purpose. Today we welcome and honor Lieutenant General Joel Joker Carey on the occasions of his promotion to the rank of 3-star general and his taking command of 5th Air Force. Joker, I thank you, Mindy, and your children for many years of military service and sacrifice. Today is your day, and it is well earned. Joker, you are inheriting an extraordinary team of warfighters, leaders, and innovators. I have no doubt that under your leadership, 5th Air Force will thrive and quickly achieve new heights. I look forward to witnessing your success and serving as you command the fight in 5th. I am fully confident you will bolster Air Power's contribution to the joint force and our allies here in Japan and across the region. Congratulations and welcome. I'd like to offer a special thank you to Colonel Christopher Wiley and his hardworking transition teammates for all they've done to support the Careys during their move back to Japan, for the preparations they coordinated with my USFJ staff to help separate the two commands, for putting together today's change of command ceremony, and for planning a robust schedule of changeover events for the new commander in the days and weeks to come. Chris, your meticulous attention to all the many details was simply outstanding, very much appreciated, and a testament to the caliber of officer you are. To all those that supported Chris and his team, too many to name this morning, thank you. To my wife, Kelly, thank you for your unwavering love and support. Any success anyone thinks I've enjoyed in command at any level is because of that beautiful lady sitting right there. You and our beautiful children, Jessica and Aaron, will continue to be my inspiration. Kelly, I also want to publicly say thank you for your leadership guiding several culture clubs, groups that involve key U.S. and Japanese spouses. Okay, your effort along those lines also advances the Japan-U.S. alliance in a very special way, all within a rich spirit of bilateral goodwill and friendship. Thank you. Finally, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the good Lord for the opportunities to have served and to continue serving in unique and meaningful ways, not of my will, but His alone. My prayer today is that He will richly bless all of you just as He has me and my family. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being with us this morning. It has been a true honor and privilege to lead 5th Air Force. I wish you all the very best always and in all things. Clear skies and tailwinds to all. Thank you. Domo arigatou gozaimashita.
Thank you, General Jost. The change of command ceremony is a military tradition deeply rooted in history, dating back to 3 July 1775, when General George Washington drew his sword under an elm tree in Cambridge, Massachusetts, to assume command of the Continental Army. During the American Revolution, military units carried distinctive flags designed to match the color of their uniforms and emblazoned with their unit motto. When soldiers followed their leaders into battle, this flag, referred to as the unit colors, provided a visible point around which troops could rally. Because of its importance, the colors were used in the earliest change of command ceremonies to symbolize the commander's authority and responsibility to the organization. That tradition continues here today. The Command Chief of 5th Air Force, Chief Master Sergeant Sean Campbell, serves as the custodian of the colors. The passing of the colors signifies the relinquishing of command from the outgoing commander to the incoming commander. Lieutenant General Jost will now relinquish command of 5th Air Force to Lieutenant General Lenderman, who will then pass the colors to Lieutenant General Carey as he assumes command. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the official 5th Air Force change of command. Lieutenant General Carey assumes command as the 42nd Commander of 5th Air Force. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of 5th Air Force, Lieutenant General Joel Carey.
Ohio gozaimasu. Good morning. As General Jost and General Linderman mentioned, it truly is a beautiful day here in the Kanto Plain. Thank you for joining us, all of you. General Morita, Yuka, thank you for coming today. Lieutenant General Anatsuki, my old friend, Patty-san, good to see you and once again serve with you. Lieutenant General Ando, Lieutenant General Kuramoto, Director General Ikeda, General Kataoka, General Zutsu, thank you all for your leadership and support and the rest of the amazing leadership that blessed us today with your presence. Mayor Kato, Mr. Hiumatsu, thank you for your attendance and your continuing to host this 5th Air Force community. Mr. Snipe, General Dugan, it's great to see both of you. Look forward to continuing to work with you. And distinguished government of Japan and local officials from the Fusa, Tachikawa, and Tokyo areas, Japanese Self-Defense Force leaders, joint and interagency teammates. I'm honored you're with us today, and I look forward to working with all of you in this role. Commanders, senior enlisted leaders, local partners, longtime friends from the Okinawa neighborhood, warrior professionals of Headquarters 5th Air Force, standing in formation, wings, airmen, family members. Thanks to all of you for taking a portion of your valuable time this Tuesday morning to support and honor the mission and the team that accomplishes it. To the team that painstakingly prepared this morning's event, Projo Senior Master Sergeant Dixon, with support of our protocol team, Don and Misty, the PACAF band, the Honor Guard, chaplain, to the maintainers and the crew and the pilots who delivered these gorgeous aircraft standing in the sun behind you. Airmen in the ranks, thanks to all of you for your efforts, making this a fitting ceremony and truly a historical ceremony, but it reflects your excellence and professionalism. Lieutenant General Linderman, Laura, thank you for once again being the epitome of a wingman and a decom. Flexing on short notice to more than ably represent General Schneider, our commander here today. And also appreciate your mentorship and support and friendship through the years, and particularly in my previous role. And I'll thank you in advance for the counsel you'll give and the phone calls to come. I'd like to also publicly thank General Schneider, who couldn't make it here today due to emerging mission. Also General Wilsbach and Admiral Paparo for this opportunity. I'm grateful and humbled and sober to the privilege and responsibility of serving and leading this phenomenal team. Lieutenant General Jost, Jester, thank you for your and Kelly's leadership and outstanding leadership and investment in the Fighting Fifth. Your fingerprints alongside DCOM John and Melanie Shetty, Command Chief and Nikki Campbell on this mission and organization are exceedingly clear to me. And the growth and development of critical capabilities this team of airmen accomplished today and work toward for the future are no doubt results of your focus and your caring leadership, both of you. Thank you for the gracious reception to Mindy and me and our family and the thoughtful work getting us up on the step. I'm fired up to continue to work with you as the airman on your wing in your continued role as commander of USFJ. Luke, Cole, thanks for making the haul across the Pacific. And we were kidding earlier today as the airline was offering passengers to take air miles or money to rebook their flight. Exactly how much was the price of admission? I think I'm somewhere worth around $2,001, but I'm happy I'm happy to see that both of you committed to your travels over here. We miss your brides, but grateful to have you here. Christy, thank you as well for making the trip. And thanks for all that are on the net. Matt and Claire, I believe, are dialed in from Alaska. Jack and Grace and Midlothian and Margot, can't forget her, and Morgan back in Prattville, Alabama. And Dad and Mom, we love you all, and just hope to see you soon. To my bride, Mindy, you continue to amaze me. Thank you for all your love, primarily for God and our family, and thank you for your continued partnership and your service to our airmen and to our nation and to our community. Thank you so much. Mindy and I are blessed to be here for what is our 4th tour in Japan. Though this is our first time being assigned to Yokota, our previous 3 tours at Okinawa have left indelible marks on our Air Force journey and our family story, our perspectives on the region and the world, and have provided opportunities and memories we both hold dear. Reuniting with old friends like Miyazato-san on the 2nd row over here, was our honorary commander from the 44th Fighter Squadron years ago, and Patty-san, we served alongside one another on Okinawa through the heyday of COVID and other issues. They exemplify the friendship and kindred spirit that have made living and serving in Japan so impactful to us over the years, but also serve as a small example of the friendship between our 2 nations and the commitment key to the future of Japan, to the U.S., to the Indo-Pacific, and to the globe. With over 50% of the world's population, as General Linderman mentioned earlier, 4 of the top 5 economies, the top 5 strongest militaries by various measures, and 5 U.S. treaty allies, including our vital ironclad treaty between Japan and the U.S., the Indo-Pacific is undeniably a top economic and geopolitical region for the 21st century. Ensuring a free and open Indo-Pacific, one where sovereign nations find continued opportunity for peaceful growth into the future, free of bullying and predatory practices of those seeking to impose their will and way of life, this presents new challenges every day. Our potential adversaries continue to manipulate and exploit for their advantage, especially toward weaker nations, and actively work to weaken partnerships and security critical to enduring stability and prosperity in the region. Amid this environment, our national strategic priorities and guidance, amplified in Commander Indo-Pacific Command and Commander Pacific Air Force's direction, state, we must compete daily. We must deter conflict through a ready, resilient force, and we must be ready to respond to crises, and if required, we must be ready to fight and win in conflict. At the heart of all of it is a well-trained and well-equipped and sustained force at the right place at the right time. 5th Air Force will continue toward this end and build on the successes under General Jost's leadership by preparing, equipping, and training the force, or setting the theater for success, refining agile combat employment or maneuver operations, through improving command and control, or seeing, sensing, and making sense of the environment ahead of the threat, through resilient base defense, through strengthened infrastructure from which we develop and employ the force, and we must, last but definitely not least, and will, do this while keeping care for our airmen and our families at the forefront of our efforts. 5th Air Force, alongside our joint and interagency partners, have worked diligently to provide the capability and deterrence of today, but we know we cannot be complacent. This will require continued effort and focus against an ever-growing threat, and we must build, train, and prepare in better, faster, and more innovative ways, and the time is now. But we know we are not doing it alone. As we sit here today in this beautiful Kanto plain with Mount Fuji shining somewhere over my shoulder in the distance, our steadfast bond with our close ally and gracious host, Japan, along with other like-minded allies and partners in the region, provides a key asymmetric advantage those with malintent fear greatly. As stated in our national security strategy and defense strategy, building alliances and strengthening partnerships in the Indo-Pacific is and will be the bedrock of security and prosperity long into the future. As part of this effort, we in 5th Air Force will continue to build and nurture these bonds with our Kokujitai teammates, joint partners, self-defense force, and Japanese leadership and beyond. Airmen of the Fighting Fifth, I'm thrilled to be back in Japan and thankful beyond words at the opportunity to serve with you as we continue a laser-sharp focus on improving our readiness, building our partnerships, and taking care of each other while we're doing it. We know the challenges are great, but the opportunities are greater. Thank you. Domo arigato. God bless the United States. God bless Japan.
Thank you, General Carey. Now, on behalf of the men and women of 5th Air Force, Colonel Dan Resch, Chief of Staff, 5th Air Force, will proudly offer General Carey his first salute. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremony. On behalf of 5th Air Force, thank you for joining us today. Please join us at a reception at the Yokota Officers Club in honor of General and Mrs. Carey. We ask all distinguished guests to wait for your escort back to the buses. And for our Japanese visitors, please place your headsets on your seat. Thank you for attending.